What's up, YouTube? So let me welcome you back to the channel. Meineke Cinnaminson. It's been a busy morning. So this Cadillac was at the Cadillac dealer, and I've done a few videos of it. And the dealer told the customer that the car is perfectly fine. So this has dampness on the active front shock or front strut. Okay, and then the left rear shock is still leaking after they just installed them, and then the customer took the car back and they told him his car is perfectly fine. And I said, Ron, your car's not perfectly fine. So then we did some work to it, but we were waiting for parts. No thanks to the Cadillac dealership not giving us everything we need to do to lower the kingpins here. So I said, Ron, come back, let me go over your car with you and show you what's going on. He goes, can you just, we'll look it over together, okay? So he says, well, what'd you find? Minor. Exhaust ring loose. Got an oil leak by the transmission. I got oil seepages down here at the oil drain plug. I have fluid leaking up by the power steering pump. Undetermined at this time, right? So right there against the engine, right above the axle. I have dampness on this strut under the boot here. And then the infamous, they just put his shocks on, and then this shock back here is leaking. You can see my finger smudge marks on his brand new shock. So he actually took this car back to the dealership and had the service manager road test it, and the service manager told him that his car is perfectly fine and doesn't need any work. After they have already did alignment and rear shocks, they did not even acknowledge the left rear shock is leaking. Basically just told him, well, it's still under warranty. You don't have nothing to worry about. Well, he's back because your new part's still leaking. So then the customer asked me, well, why won't the dealership take my money and fix my car? I said, Ron, I can't answer that for you. I don't understand why they wouldn't warranty the shock, why they would just do a wheel alignment and not cover the other needed repairs. So the front shocks have oil leakage on it, right? That's only going to get worse, and they're very expensive. Magnetic ride control struts on the Cadillac, you can imagine, probably $2 grand, $3 grand. Never said anything to him about the fluid leaks, the exhaust ring, nothing. So that's why I had him come down, and him and I did our inspection together, because he had questions that I couldn't answer on the Cadillac service department's procedures and also the service manager's position on what's going on. So the reason he went back is said, hey, Meineke's saying, hey, my car needs brakes. So the front ones had a pulsation. The customer's complaint after he went to Cadillac is, my front end's noisy. It feels like my right front wheel's locking up. Can you check the suspension for me? That's all I really did. I didn't do anything else. And then while I'm checking the suspension, obviously we road tested. We felt slight front brake pulsation. We had some corrosion on the rear rotors with low brake pads. We found some dry rotted bushings on the lower control arms, and also the kingpin yoke has up and down movement, but it's not noisy. So I just said, let's get this customer back in here and let him see what's going on with his car. So when we're done with it, he knows that we did our job, and then he's aware of what is soon to be wrong with his car. Like, the fluid leaks aren't going to go away. The struts are not going to magically stop leaking. They're only going to get worse. But now he knows. And then if he's at the dealership and they would have presented $6,000 worth of work to him, $8,000, he may have got it. He doesn't want to necessarily buy a new car because he's 85, but he doesn't want to drive around a car that's not 100% right. He wants it safe, and he wants to keep it. But my point is, if they would have said, hey, Ron, it needs $10,000 worth of work, he may have been more inclined to just say, I'm just going to trade it in. But then they got him for probably $800 for an alignment and 2 rear shocks, or even more, and then he's still not happy with the car. And then he brings it to me, and I've been doing work for him for years, and I'm okay with him going to the dealer and getting some stuff done. But then when he comes back complaining about issues, and I look it over and see that it could use this, it could use that, it could use this, and we're not even talking about fluid flushes and this, that, and the other thing. I'm just talking about what the car could use right now. And if the car was 100%, then I would say, okay, yeah, around the car's 100%, maybe you should catch up on some maintenance that may or may not have been done. But now the customer actually got to be in the bay this morning with me at 7:30 and saw how much stuff that they missed and didn't communicate back to the customer, and then leave it up to the customer to decide if what he wants to do. Like, hey, I would bet you he would say, oh, my struts are a little leaky. Let's see how much that is. Blah, 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 blah. I'll come back for that. I'll do this. But just present the whole job. We have another one for you. Customer was at the Acura dealer with $2,500 work order. Caleb's out road testing it right now, but I'll bring you back. But any customer at any point in time is invited for a one-on-one in my shop with their car. Bring your estimate, bring your work order. I will help you, I will educate you, and I will guide you in the best directions on where your money should go right now and then what can wait. And I always say safety before maintenance. Thanks for watching.